live. I accidentally hit live sooner rather than what I was supposed to because I was trying to organize something. But anyways, what is up, everyone, and welcome to the Random Encounter Podcast, episode 116. I'm your host James, and I'm joined by the Dress Fear Master himself, the dominant Mr. Brian.
Coming live from the freighter ship, spaceship Tulper.
We got the great ace attorney, Ash Destroyum.
Yo, what up, everyone?
And the fanboy himself, Phaneckswhy.
What's up? What's up?
Yeah, today we don't have a lot to talk about today, but what we're going to actually be doing is discussing an article that I found, I want to say a few weeks ago, that was kind of interesting, and it's basically the top 20 best-selling games from the year 2000 all the way to the year 2023. So I thought this would be kind of a fun read to kind of look through and see what are your thoughts on the game choices. And honestly, in my opinion, looking at the list, it to me it looked like a decline in gaming in general, because it starts off interesting and then you start seeing a trend. You're like, oh no, this is not a good trend, and unfortunately, it leads to where we're at today in terms of best sellers. But as always, before we begin, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Follow over on Twitch if you're watching us on Twitch, and vice versa. You know, go to YouTube and go to Twitch and all that other stuff, because it does help out the channel quite a bit. I do want to apologize for not having a video done in a week, and that's because I've just been overworked and very tired, which caused me not to do a video. We also didn't do the podcast because of that same reason. I was just way too tired to continue doing this, but not this week. Coming up next week, I will continue my videos, starting off with my Ambernick controller review, and then I have like 4 different reviews I'll have on there. I do want to reiterate, I do have 2 videos that I posted up. They are members only. There's a reason behind that, and maybe in the future I can mention exactly why. But they are members only, so definitely if you want to go ahead and watch those videos, you can pay to be a member. It's just $1 to be a member, so you can take a look at those videos. And one of those videos I was editing, I somehow fixed my microphone audio, and it sounds so much better than what it used to. And I don't know what I did, because I was messing around with settings. I was getting sick and tired of the way that my mic audio sounded in my videos, and I fixed it. And I'm so happy I found a way to fix it. So I'm happy to continue recording with this new microphone audio. Very excited for that, because I was getting very upset.
Couple things.
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, number one, this is the last episode of 2024. Am I right?
It is.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we talk about our games of the year? I think that seems thematically appropriate. No.
You are right. We should
Yeah?
talk about. I completely forgot about that. Again, my head's been so fatigued with work that I completely forgot about it. But I think that makes sense. We should talk about that before we get into this list, and we could start.
And
that. Yeah, go ahead. What was the other
I do want to do a little what you've been playing, because I played something really interesting. I just
Yeah.
finished it today, hence my intro.
thing? Okay, so let's start with what you've been playing, and then we'll go ahead and
Okay.
talk about our game of the years, and then we'll end
Yeah.
with this list. Go ahead. We'll
Okay.
we'll have you start, Brian.
Okay, so I played and I finished Mouth Washing today. Have you guys seen this game?
I heard of that one.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's this really crazy, I guess you'd call it like a walking simulator, I suppose, but there's some gameplay elements in it where it takes place on this spaceship, hence my intro today. And it's hard to describe it too much without spoiling it, but it's like you're on a spaceship, this horrible accident happens, one of your crew members pilots you directly into an asteroid, like on purpose, and it totally cripples the ship, and you aren't going to be able to be rescued, and it's all about the crew devolving into just like this state of utter despair and depression, and like the horrible things they do because they know that they're gonna die. It's like perfect for the Christmas and New Year's spirit, you know. And it's only like 2 or 3 hours long, and I finished it. It got a little too artsy at the end, like the gameplay systems and like going through the ship and doing little puzzles and stuff and interacting with the characters. Very cool and very interesting, because you kind of hop between different areas in the timeline of the ship getting damaged. So you start the game and it's maybe like a month or 2 before the ship gets damaged, and then it'll just all of a sudden like click, and you're the day of the ship getting damaged, and just like all this crazy stuff happens. And the mystery of the game, kind of from an outsider's point of view, is why the game is called mouthwashing. And once you find out why it's called mouthwashing, it kind of adds a whole nother level of depravity to the crew and to their plight. Like once you find it out, like when I found out in the game why it's called mouthwashing or where that comes from, I just if you could have given me like 100 guesses, I probably wouldn't have guessed that's where it was going. But it's just like really disturbing and interesting. But I could see a game like that, maybe just a little bit more full fledged, coming out and really being quite a contender for some sort of a story or puzzle game that really is exceptional. In this case, I think it's interesting and there's lots of elements to it that I enjoyed. But yeah, like I said, it just got a little too weird and kind of pretentious, in my opinion, towards the end. But yeah, it's only like $10, and IGN reviewed it. I think they gave it like an 8 or a 9 or something like that. And definitely think it's worth experiencing just because it's so short, and I think it adds an element or kind of like interesting concepts and stuff into a game. Perfect for the holidays, like I said, lots of violence and and really dark stuff, really disturbing imagery, and some of the things you have to do are just crazy. So that's what I played, and I don't know if I mentioned it 2 weeks ago. I don't think I did at that point, but I did finish Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. I'll just briefly touch on that in case I didn't do it 2 weeks ago. Overall, the lore and the story of it are really good, especially considering it came out in '99. The block puzzles are infuriating. Like I am missing maybe like 6 or 7 trophies. I wanted to go back and platinum it, but the idea of having to replay the block sections and having to do those puzzles where you have to like flip the blocks and make it so they line up and the images like match and stuff, it's horrendous because just how long it takes. And you can tell that back in 1999 they thought that was really quite
Wow.
innovative and stuff. But in 2024 it's just tedious as all hell. When Zelda did it, like an Ocarina of Time, I feel like it was not. It didn't happen a crazy ton amount of times. Like when it did happen, it kind of felt um, like it meant something. Like it felt like an accomplishment. But in this, it just feels like arbitrary moving around the blocks because they had no idea what they should be doing. But overall, also the ending is horrible. Like I remember reading about that when the game came out, like how horrible the ending was, and I was like, it can't be that bad. But after playing it and beating it, like wow, that ending is really bad. Like if I paid $40 or $50 for that game in '99 and that was the ending I got, I'd have been really upset. And then they released Soul Reaver 2, I think in 2001. I
Yeah.
want to say or something, and I didn't. I need a break from the game, but overall, there's really cool concepts. It was cool. It was ahead of its time, like the whole ability to shift between the physical realm and the spiritual realm, and the different properties and physics that take place because of the realm that you're in and the different abilities you have. Very cool stuff. Awesome score. The fighting is okay. It's pretty janky. That's obviously not what the game was about. But yeah, those are the two main things that I was playing.
What about you, fan? What you been playing?
I've been playing a little bit of everything at the moment. I've been playing Soul Reaver Legacy of Kain.
How far
I
are you?
started. Oh, so far I've only beaten the first boss.
Okay.
So I didn't, like just
You
like
feel
an
me
hour
on the
or two
block
into it.
puzzles though, right?
Yeah. Those
Yeah.
things are annoying.
Yeah.
And then I've been messing around on my RG allies. I've been playing Samus Returns. Figured out how to get the game running at there's like 60 FPS cheats you can put on Citra, so I've been getting the game running on that. I've been playing Mario and Luigi Super Saga on GBA and on what's the DS version?
Partners in Time.
Partners in Time.
Yep.
So I've been kind of like just jumping around, testing, trying to get things running on all my stuff. But that's all I've been really doing.
Nice. All good games. All good games. Going back to Soul Reaver real quick, it is funny how like I remember being a kid and seeing Soul Reaver 2 on PS2. I remember renting it from Blockbuster and playing it, and I thought graphically it was amazing because like that first area where there's like lightning and like I think you're in a castle or something like that, and you see the lightning and the flash. I was like, man, this is like the best graphics ever. Like it can't get better than this. Um, but that was pretty awesome. But I remember being disappointed because Soul Reaver 2 was a lot shorter than Soul Reaver 1, and I was like, oh well, that's kind of lame. You beat it pretty quick, almost kind of like the Force Unleashed, where the Force Unleashed 1 was very long. I won't say like very no, I say very long in a loose way, right? Because it's not like a 40-hour game, but it's pretty long. Versus like Star Wars Force Unleashed 2 was like 2 hours or something like that. It was like super short and very disappointing of its length. But yeah, Ash, what have you been playing?
So along with Shadow with TRE, I recently got back into .hack GU. My God,
You playing that Steam
that
Deck?
game. Yeah,
Right,
Steam.
yeah.
Yeah, playing on Steam Deck. It's freaking awesome. Um, it's like this. I don't know how to describe this. Pretty much what this is. This game is literally SAO before SAO, and some majority of these characters here, you don't know what they look like in real life, but the main problem, the main plot point in volume 1, because in Dog GQ this is pretty much a remastering up to I think 4 volumes. I think the 4th game was actually not a remaster, it was like a new entry to the story,
It
the saga,
was
I think. Yeah,
correct.
but in the main plot point of 1 for right now where I'm at, they're trying to figure out who the hell is
Ada.
crap,
Oh no, you're talking about
I
the
forgot. Holy crap, my brain. Jesus Christ. You know what I'm talking about, right, James?
yeah, I know
What's
who you're
his, what's
talking
his name?
about.
What's his name? What's his name? What's his name?
Tri-Edge.
Triage, yes.
Yeah.
And then they're slowly figuring out, hey, there's certain characters that they're actually epitaph users where they can actually use their avatars like stands to actually fight to actually fight within the game itself. So they're trying to figure out if Triage is either a bug or is a new feature or so on and so forth. There's nothing real. The only stake right now is if you get attacked by Triage, you may or may not get into a coma, which for the main character, one of his friends are in a coma because of Triage, simply. And yeah, he ever since then he's been like this pain ass character you have to deal with for the rest of the game, but I feel like it's worth it later on when you progress through all the other volumes, because each volume is like around 20 to 40 hours, and he becomes a really likable character later on, because he's slowly growing on to others, because
Yeah.
he was like the original solo player before Kirito. So but yeah, been playing that, and then what other games I've been looking at. I might hop into this one indie game called My Side or Me Side. It's like a weird psychological horror game where you basically have this girlfriend that likes to traps you inside the house, and you have to like find your way out or something. I want to try that game out. They have a demo for it, so. But that's about it for me, if anything.
Yeah, it's funny you bring up Dot Hack. I feel like Dot Hack doesn't get enough love. I remember my friend introduced me to the first Dot Hack, Infection, and dude, man, that changed my life, man. That game was so amazing. The whole like MMO experience, but you're playing a single player
Yeah,
RPG, but it makes
That
it
was
feel like an
PS2, right?
MMO. Yeah,
yeah,
PS2.
PS2.
Was cool, and not only that, like to understand the whole story, which some people might hate. I thought it was cool. You have to watch the animes and play the game. So you start off with Dot Hack Sign, the anime, that kind of gives you all overall of what the world is, what the MMO is about, and then literally the ending of the Dot Hack Sign anime leads up to what happens in the game. So like if you just start off the game, it does a pretty good job of kind of letting you know like what's going on.
It
But there's a lot
does.
of
Yeah,
context you will miss out. Like towards the
yeah.
end of the game, there's hints to the anime characters from the anime. They start appearing, and you might get loose like, okay, so what's the beef between these two characters? And that's because they were in the anime. Fun fact too, the main protagonist for Dot Hack GU is in the anime, the original anime, and you will never know that's dumb if you don't watch that anime and actually start reading like emails and stuff like that of what's going on. That's how you figure out who that character is. But it's basically that character, but all grown up, because in the anime he's like a little kid, and here he's, I say all grown up, but like here he's like now like 16 versus like 10
Yeah.
or whatever the case might be.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, he is
he's
a
more
pain in the
mature.
ass. He is a pain in the ass, especially when he acts like the way he acts around women. I'm like, bro, come on,
Yeah.
come on, man. I know you're 16, but come on, have some class, please, for the love of God. But hey, at the same time, Yuri is voicing Haseo,
Yep.
so I'm fine with that.
Yep.
It's a win-win, I guess. So
Yeah, they have a great voice cast in there.
I agree.
Also, in Dot Hack GU, there's a lot of reoccurring characters from the first Dot Hack game too. So you have to know who they are. They have different names, but they are characters from that game. And I like how they reward you for playing Dot Hack, the original. What would you call like a 4-part series? What is that called? Like a quadrilogy?
Quadrilogy?
Yeah, I guess like the
Yeah.
quadrilogy. Yeah. If you play those 4 games, then they reward you for seeing some of these characters that reappear in GU, such as I think it's in the first game. Is it Indra or
Yes,
Indra's
yes.
user? And then you see the cat Mia appear,
Oh, you mean Entrance? I think
or
his name is
Entrance.
Entrance.
Yeah,
Entrance. Yeah.
yeah. Who
Okay.
was I think Elk in the first games, and then Mia was still Mia over there. But
I mean,
that's like
yeah.
kind of the tie-in because Mia is a cat in the first game, and Mia is a cat in in the other game, but the person that's with Mia has 2 different names. It's Elk and then Indrance in there, but they're actually the same people. Yeah.
Yeah, I might need to watch the anime then. I think I never
No,
seen
that was
the
the
anime.
first game. That was the first 4 games.
First game. Oh, first 4
Yeah.
games.
Yeah,
Then
'cause,
where does GU take place then? Like after the first 4
after,
games?
yeah, after, so you have Dot Hack Sign,
Yeah,
then
fine.
Dot Hack the games, which is Infection, Mutation, Outbreak, and Quarantine. And then you gotta watch Dot Hack Roots, which is the prequel to GU.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then you watch the Dot Hack GU, or then you play Dot Hack GU games.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
but like those characters are actually from the previous game because Entrance. There's another guy in there. I forgot what his name is. He's voiced by Steve Blum. I forgot what his name is.
I think I know who you're talking about because I did hear C Blow in there. 'Cause
Yeah.
you can't escape him. Like
Yeah.
once you hear his voice, it's done. Like
Yep.
it could be Spike. It could be fucking what's his face? Wolverine from X-Men. Like
Yeah, he's Wolverine. Yeah, that's right. He did
it's
Wolverine.
crazy. He's everywhere, bro.
He did Wiseman in the original one, and in this one I forgot he has a different name, but I think he does mention that he was Wiseman in the previous game through like emails. But anyways, yeah, not to get on a Dot Hack rank. Dot Hack's amazing. Play the RPG, great games. I do hope they kind of bring it back to an extent because I think it's better
hope
than Sword Art
so.
Online.
Oh yeah, I hope so
Yeah.
because as I'm playing through this game, I'm just like, holy, bro, like how are we sleeping through this? This is crazy.
It's a good
And
game.
like, I mean, SEO, don't get me wrong, it's a decent anime, but I'm like, damn, bro, like that is so much better. Like, what happened?
It was.
Yeah,
I know everybody, when they talk about SAO, I was like, yeah, you gotta watch Dot Hack or play Dot Hack rather, because the animes are okay, but the game is definitely where it's at. That's where the bulk of the story.
I got a question for
happens.
you then. Since
Yeah.
I never played the first 4 ones, is there a
Yeah.
way for me to actually legally buy the game and like play it?
Nope, they never did a remaster or
Of
anything like
course.
that.
Guess I
Uh,
got a pirate.
Yep, emulation's the way to go when it
Oh,
comes to that. And they're well
Lit.
worth it. Like the gameplay is not as good as GU, I will say that, but it's still very fun, and the game is just fun overall.
Now, GU, those were remastered games, right?
GU, yeah, 1, 2, 3 was remastered, and the 4th game that's in there is new. I mean, you can tell because
Yeah.
the graphics look totally different from the
Now,
other
now
three.
they need to do now the older ones need to get the GU treatment so that way I can buy those games and let them know, hey, listen, I want more dot hack.
Yeah, we need more
You
Dot
know,
Hack.
so
We need more Dot
So.
Hack. As far as what I've been playing, I actually was playing Marvel Rivals, which we were talking about a little bit before the podcast.
yeah, Marvel
We're
Rivals, I'm playing that too. It's a great
Yeah.
game. I love that.
Yep, very fun. I didn't get to play a lot because I've been very tired. Tetris 99, how to get the Echoes of Wisdom, I guess skin, whatever you want to call it.
Yep, I got that.
Yep, I love that. And then
And while we were gone, there was a Tetris 99 skin. I think while we were gone, that was
Yep.
the original NES Tetris. I
Yep.
was all over that.
I missed that one. You even reminded us too, and I completely forgot. Like
So good.
because I was so tired. But this one, I was like, I need to get this one. I also was playing F-Zero 99. It's actually fun. Like F-Zero 99 is probably
I'm not
not
into
something to
it.
play. You don't like it that much? I think it's fun. Like the soundtrack is really what gets you. Like F-Zero has some great music, and just listening to the music, it's just fun. It's not something that I can play like Tetris 99. Like Tetris 99, I can play for like hours straight and not get tired of it. F-Zero, I can play maybe max like 30 minutes at a time before I swapped to a different game. And then Super Mario 64. There's just something about playing N64 games around Christmas time that just feels right at home.
I feel that.
Yeah, so I was playing Super Mario 64, having fun with that. But yeah, that's all I've been playing, and hopefully I get to play more games coming in the future. I haven't played Assassin's Creed Mirage because I've been so tired that I don't really want to play a game like that. So I've just been looking for like bite-sized games, things that I can turn off my brain and just do stuff. Like Assassin's Creed Mirage, just a lot of thinking, right? It's like, how am I going to infiltrate this? I don't want to get caught by this guy. Should I use my throwing dagger at this guy so, I can assassinate this guy and all this? I just don't want to think right now. I mean, I guess Marvel Rivals, you do have to think some to that, so that kind of knows. Anyways, let's talk about what our game of the year was this year. I'm gonna give everybody a chance to kind of like think about it. I'm pretty sure Bryant knows what his is, but I'm gonna start with mine because mine deserves the love more than any other game that anybody's gonna mention. And I'm saying this.
I know.
There.
Can I guess?
I know it too.
Guess.
Unicorn Overlord.
Yes. The game that's been, I feel like, was kind of came and went, and like not a lot of people talk about it, but it's such a great game, and I just hope more people get to play it. It's really, really good. Honestly, for me, I would say it's like, oh yeah, there we go. Yep.
Got it recently.
Nice. It is an amazing game. I'm telling you, like if you even play the demo, you'll fall in love with it. It is a tactical RPG love letter to the OG Fire Emblem. A lot of it is very parallel to OG Fire Emblem, but it's also different. It's its own thing. It's not really trying to like copy Fire Emblem. It's doing its own thing. And I really love what it brings to the table. The story it's fun, right? It's not nothing too crazy or anything like that, right? It's warring nations. A nation takes over, and now you're trying to liberate it. But the combat's where it's at, and it's just very fun. A lot of strategy, and yeah, I enjoy the game. I'm like 30 hours in, and I'm still like in the beginning of the game. It's crazy. But yeah, has anybody else here besides me fully played Unicorn Overlord?
No,
I
because
played.
tactical RPS, whatever RPG games is not my forte.
Yeah, I played the demo and I loved it a ton. It's just the problem is that I know that's an RPG, which I'll sink a lot of hours into. Just like how I'm doing with TRE, which I'm hoping to finish this game soon, so I can hop onto other RPGs to finish. So,
Yeah.
but,
No, like
yeah.
the battles in Unicorn Overlord in the beginning are pretty easy and quick. They get later on, it gets a lot more difficult because then they start doing like weather elements that obstruct your view, and like there's like so much strategy that starts going into it, and it gets crazy. But I love it. It's definitely my game of the year this year. Honorable mention, Dragon Quest 3, but that game already came out like years ago, so I didn't really want to give that the spotlight.
All I have to say is that as much as you love Unicorn Overlord, it just surprises me that you never got into 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. That's such a freaking
I
game.
want to pick it up. Like
It's
I'm
so
sure
cheap
I
too.
will
It's I've
get
seen it for
into it.
15.
I did see it on sale recently, but I've been thinking like, if I pick that up, am I gonna beat it? Am I gonna play it right now? The answer is probably no. So, so I gotta wait. And I was actually hoping for a PC release, but they clearly said
Yeah, I doubt it.
Vanilla does not want to do anything with PC games. So,
Yep.
it's Switch. It is. All right. Who wants to go next?
I don't mind.
Go ahead, Brian.
Okay. So I'm gonna cheat and I'm gonna have a tier. I'm gonna have a 3 tiers because there's just no way I can take some of these out. So number 1, standing on its own with its chest out
Oh, can I
by
guess?
a mile.
Can we guess?
Sure,
All right.
you can guess.
I'm
I know you know
saying
it.
Stellar Blade.
Indeed, Stellar Blade.
Okay.
Yeah. The game that when I saw the preview of it, I think it was a state of play like 2 or 3 years ago or something like that. I thought it looked interesting. It looked like a game that was similar to Devil May Cry with maybe more of a sci-fi aesthetic, and it really spoke to me or whatever. And I was just like, okay, well, we'll see what happens with this. And then it ended up coming out, and I was a little skeptical because then I learned it was more of like it was kind of Soulsy, where you have potions or stims or whatever you want to call it to heal yourself. And if you die, you have to like go back to a checkpoint. And there's some Dark Souls elements in it, but it's a lot more arcadey in that it's the leveling and the items and questing isn't as deep as a Dark Souls game or Elden Ring or whatever. So that right away made me really into it because it just really laser focused on the combat. And there's just so many cool dynamic things about the combat. And that alone really makes it exceptional. Like pretty much a 9 or a 10, in my opinion, on the scale. But then you just factor in the art design, the music, the environments that you're in, the way the story just kind of goes through a lot of kind of like some sci-fi stuff that you've heard before, but there's just a lot of really cool stuff in it as well, like androids in this society that's kind of crumbling that you're trying to put back together. Looking forward to it coming out on PC. I will totally play it again in 4K max settings. I'll go through the whole thing again, and I'll love every second of it. Bought the soundtrack as well, and yeah, I cannot speak more highly of
What
Stellar Blade.
what type of a little bit off topic? What your monitor like? What refresh rate is it?
120.
120. Okay. You got to get a higher refresh rate monitor and place Stellar Blade at a higher refresh rate when it comes out. If it goes higher than 120,
No, I have my LG OLEDs. I'm not buying another monitor there. That's fine.
get an LG
100
OLED
100
monitor.
No, I'm not buying.
120 is fine. 120 is like
Yeah.
the sweet
Gotta play
spot.
like at 400 FPS and tell us
That'd be
how that
cool.
experience is.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I have an LG C2 42-inch monitor. That's my game. That's my monitor for like my PC and my Mac. And then I have my 65-inch. That's right over there. It's an LG C2 65-inch. Like I just have LG C2s, and I'm not gonna. I have this one mounted. I have them all mounted and everything. Like it's not gonna happen. The next OLED I buy will be like the next LG iteration one day when these die. But until then. But anyway, then the next tier is gonna be probably the RPGs of 2024 for me. I was thinking about putting Astrobot on there, and as much as I love Astrobot, it is kind of just a wonderful mini golf course that has so many thrills and chills, spills, whatever. But we're gonna go number 2 tier is gonna be Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Persona 3 Reload. Never played Persona 3 prior to Persona 3 Reload coming out. I knew I was going to love it. I mean, I'm rocking my Persona 4 shirt I just got in the mail the other day today, and I'm obviously a really big Persona fan. So going into 3, I thought I was going to like it a lot. From what I've heard from people that played Portable and I think what FES it's called or something, lots of quality of life improvements to it just to kind of bring it more into 2024. Some things were omitted, like a female protagonist and stuff, but other than that, the music is totally redone. The art is beautiful. The voice acting, the characters, story, the enemies, the battle system, it's all just top tier. It's a really wonderful game that I platinumed tonight, and I loved it. Oh, and I also platinumed Stellar Blade 2. And then Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is also on that number 2 tier. Lots of bloat in it, but you can't help but put it on the second tier just because it's hard not to ignore or rather it's hard to ignore how much work went into Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, how just incredible it looks. The environments look like if you'd have given me complete artistic reign and the ability to draw, which I don't have, in 1997 when Final Fantasy VII Rebirth came out, and I was like the best drawer in the world, artist or whatever, and I could draw what I thought Final Fantasy VII would look like in 2024 on a game console, it wouldn't come anywhere near what it ended up looking like. It looks so much better. It's just the characters are really fleshed out in Rebirth. The music's fantastic, just like the other games I was mentioning. Can't say enough about the battle system. The battle system in Rebirth and Final Fantasy VII Remake is just such a cool. It's its own thing. It's an action battle system, but it also has a lot of kind of real, like Final Fantasy VII original elements to it, the names and just kind of how stuff moves between staggering an enemy and things like that. So I loved Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I'm working on my hard playthrough right now on my PS5 Pro, and I'm at the part with Red 13 at Cosmo Canyon, and I've kind of stopped playing because I know it's going to get really hard really quick. And then lastly, in my third tier is Astrobot. Just a wonderful little game. I platinumed it too. Just a wonderful platformer. It's just super solid. Astrobot's such a charming character. I wish there was more merch that I liked of him because I would buy like all the Astrobot shirts, all the hoodies, all the t-shirts. Really nice graphically. It's just very pure. And it won Game of the Year this year for a reason at the Game Awards. And again, really classy for those developers to mention Nintendo, not by name, but by suggestion.
No, I thought they did mention Nintendo.
Oh, I thought they didn't. Did they say Nintendo?
I thought they did. Yeah, I know they said Super Mario Brothers, but maybe they didn't
Maybe.
say Nintendo. I know
I
they
don't
said
remember
for
if they
sure
said
Super Mario
Nintendo.
Brothers. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, in other words, like, I bet their PR probably wasn't thrilled about bringing up a competitor in an acceptance speech for their game of the year that's exclusively on a Sony platform, but it was still
Yeah.
classy that they did it. It won game of the year for a reason. It's a wonderful, um, just a nice positive romp. There's no politics. There's no depression, dark story, scary storytelling, anything like that. You're just a little robot trying to save your Sony properties from monsters, and I love that about it. So
Yeah.
that's my list of 2024. I feel very good about it. Those are definitely my favorites this year.
Cool. Yeah, Astrobot, I would say for this year will probably be in third, with Persona 3 Reload being in second. For sure. I feel like Persona 3 Reload deserves to be on that list over the Shadow Vertree DLC, but
What? No
that's
way.
yeah, it's like Persona 3 Reload, like you said, it's my first experience, kind of my first experience with it, because I did play a little bit of Persona 3 Portable through like Game Pass, but like everything about Reload was amazing. Like the music remix, I've love how it sounds. They added some tracks, and the new tracks they added were really good. The color palette, just how everything just pops. Maybe it's the Steam Deck OLED that makes it pop, but like I like the way the color palette pops. The blue and just everything is just great, because like the other blue they used was kind of, I don't know. Again, the graphics at the time maybe not doable, but like the blue here pops. It's like, oh, like the water blue, like the menus they updated, like everything about it was just great. Definitely a good second pick for me. Fan or Ash, who wants to go next?
Fan.
I mean, I've actually been playing more retro games and older games this year than I have new games, to be honest.
So what's your game of the year as far as retro games go that you played this year?
Oh man, I've been putting so much time into Samus Returns on the 3DS. Yeah, I mean, if I put in if I take the time, like in the minutes of all the games I played today, this year, like, I mean, I actually bought Thousand Year Door, Rebirth, like Soul Reaver, but all of those are like kind of remakes, reimaginings. They're not like new IPs, you know. So like, I don't really have a lot of
If
new
they came
IP
out this year,
games.
they came out this year. I think I would say that's legit.
Yeah,
I know, but it's not like a new IP. Like Unicorn Overload's a whole new IP, right?
yeah,
True.
I mean, if I had to like say a new IP of 2024 that I enjoyed, which I'm still playing the freaking demo, which is Metaphor. That's like the only one that I like, other than all the other games. Like that's
I got
the
thoughts on
second one that
Metaphor.
has that I have a lot of hours in, and I'm still just like the demo's so freaking long.
I like when they do
But
demos like that.
I know it's nice that they give you a in-depth demo so that
Hmm.
you can sink some time into it.
Yeah, like Dragon Quest 11, you had, I think it was a 10-hour demo.
Yeah,
10-hour demo, or it stopped after you get your first
get
four
to a
party
certain point.
members.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I remember that.
that was nice. That's what sold me on the game, honestly. Like I was sold on it anyways, but like that got me like super hyped. So you say which one would you say you're enjoying?
So I would say Samus Returns for retro,
Hmm.
and then for new IP of 2024, I would say Metaphor.
Metaphor. Okay.
Yeah.
Samus Return's a good game. Like I really like it. I I would love for it to be remade for like Nintendo Switch, because a lot of people did not buy it because it came out already when the Switch was out. It was, the Switch had just came out, and their sales weren't that great, and people thought that was just the death of Metroid because the sales weren't that great. But I loved it, and I'll never forget going
It'd be
back
easy
to
to
it.
do.
Yeah, it's very doable. But I remember going back to it before Dread was announced, and I beat it, and I was like, man, this game was so good. Like I love all the new mechanics it brought to the Metroid like franchise. I was like, it would be so awesome there was a new Metroid game, and then of course like a month later, the Nintendo Direct came out when they announced Metroid Dread, and I got super hyped for that, which is another great game. Metroid Dread
Yeah.
is amazing.
It'd be easy for them to do because they already did Dread. So I mean,
Yeah.
how easy would it be them to take the assets? Because it's almost the same gameplay style.
Yep.
Because it's got the counterattack and all that stuff too.
Yeah. Same. Yeah. Same developer that did that.
Yeah.
What about you, Ash?
Yeah, I've been thinking a bit. It's kind of hard to choose between, but I'll start with retro since that's a bit easier. I was first stuck between both Fire Emblem Path of Radiance and Dot Hat GU actually, because I think those games were actually PS2 remasters. So, and PS2 is considered as retro, right?
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
say so.
Yeah. It's just like I picked the game up recently, and it just kind of threw me back to like the days when I first started playing Tales of Symphonia on the GameCube and everything. And like it gave me like a whole bunch of
Easier
those vibes
times.
as well. Yeah, easier times, and like the music was just, oh my god.
Yeah.
No matter where you're at, like where you're in a dungeon, in the hub worlds. I don't know who's composer for that, but they cooked
The
literally.
Ultimate Ninja composer. I forgot.
Oh,
I think it's
that's why
yeah.
that makes sense. It sounded familiar. It
Yeah.
sounded familiar. I'm like, wait a minute, I know those notes. But yeah. So there's not hack for that. Only volume one though. I haven't like went to the other volumes yet. But there's freaking Fire Emblem Path of Radiance where like not a lot of people don't know who Ike truly was and how he was able to get through hard times for the most part, because he was going through like fight after fight, been losing people, and all this was happening while he was like 14 or 15 or something like that. That's a lot for that's a lot for a teen. It's crazy, and the way he handles these situations is like a godsend. It's
Yeah.
awesome, right?
He's thrown
So
to be a leader at such a
yeah,
young age.
straight up, and
And
it,
the
it's great.
mercenaries, how everybody leaves him and he has to get everybody else back together again.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot of shit on Ice's plate, which I hugely commend him for, because man, he's a unit. He's a hell of a unit when it comes to the character, and I feel like he himself kind of carried a lot in Path of Radiance, mainly because of that. I'm like, man, this is one of the few times or more I'm like, damn, I love this main character. I want to see how he pulls through these difficult times, especially when it comes to discrimination between humans and beasts. It's just there's a lot of
Alus,
good
yeah.
stuff in here. Yeah, there's a lot of good shit in here. And then yeah, it's but overall, since I had more time with Path of Radiance, I'm gonna give it to Path of Radiance for retro game of the year. As for a new game of the year, I don't think I played that many new games this year actually. I mean, of course, there's Brothership, but I haven't gotten too much time into that. I still love it though, but I wouldn't say it's like top. But I think mainly because of the prologue for Metaphor, I'm gonna give Metaphor number one, because um I it's just for me as a guy that already played older Atlas games like the Shin Megami Tensei series, and the fact that all the directors from 3, 4, and 5 were pretty much collaborating on this one. I know for a fact there was going to be some Shin Megami Tensei elements into this game, and when I saw that shit, I'm like, yes, it's there, it's still there, alive, and it's doing well, and I love it. So Metaphor, it will be my game of the year for me, and I'm glad it got RPG of the year.
It won IGN's Game of the Year, didn't it? Also,
I don't know.
pretty sure it did.
I don't know. Probably did. I don't know.
I haven't kept up to IGN in a minute.
I don't really care for IGN, so
Yeah.
Well, I just think it's cool.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not nothing.
Yeah. No, that's yeah, I think like it's one of those games that they definitely deserve, but I'm sad that Unicorn Overlord has not won anything really. But yeah.
It didn't even get nominated. Rest in peace. Wait, did it get nominated?
It got nominated for best strategy game, and it lost to was it Frostpunk 2 or
Which
something like that?
don't even know what that game is. I don't know a single soul who plays that game.
I thought Frostpunk was like some type of like train simulator
Game
or
engine.
something. Like yeah,
Isn't that that's Frostbite? EA's
Frostbite, yeah.
Frostbite, yeah.
But whatever. I guess it is what it is. Man, if we're talking about retro game of the year, then my retro game of the year is Tetris 99 every year. No, just kidding. It's technically not retro, but Tetris 99 is just it's such a good just grab and play and
It's great.
Get your fill, and then when you're done, you're done. Move on.
I would love to challenge you at Tetris, James. We got to make that happen sometime.
We did do it a little bit for a stream, remember?
We did?
You kept cheating, so
obviously.
you kept winning. Yeah, we kept winning. Yeah.
Let me guess, for you, James, retro game of the year has to be Breath of Fire 4. It has to be.
That's what it is every year until they make a remake, right?
Yeah, exactly right. If I count every retro game I played this year, not including Smash, because I play a lot of older Smash games like quite often, from Smash 64 to Brawl to Melee. And it's just a habit. Like I love the those games. But if I had to go to a retro game of the year, a game that I played the most this year, um, that's actually hard. It probably actually is Pokemon Pinball. Honestly,
That's a great game. The
I
first
played a
one?
lot of the second one, the GBA one.
Oh, second one. Okay.
Yeah,
Damn,
I played the Game Boy Color
much
one.
of that. Yeah,
Not Sonic Pinball. I'm disappointed.
like that. You know what I've been trying to work, and like I'm too lazy. Is I've been trying to get Sonic CD to work, and you need a BIOS file for that. And I'm like, oh, come on.
Yeah, but you can play that now though.
Are you trying to emulate it?
You
Because
can, but
you
there's
buy- you
different
can buy off
soundtrack.
of Steam.
They
Oh, yeah,
changed
you're
up the
right.
soundtrack
There
in the
is.
Sonic CD.
There is.
Yeah.
Preservation. I get it. I
Yep,
get you.
I want to play
That
the
makes
OG
sense.
experience because the OG soundtrack is so much better, especially the Japanese version. There's different tunes in the Japanese version versus the English version.
Some of the Japanese teams are kind of ominous, though. I remember
Yeah.
that shit.
Check,
But, like-
check Internet Archive. I'm sure you can find a BIOS file somewhere on there.
Yeah, I can. I've just been lazy. It's one of those things. It's just like
Oh shit! I died.
I'll get to it whenever I want to. Like, but I've been thinking about it because I was listening to there's like it's funny, there's a YouTube videos out there that's like guess that video game music, and I was listening to one of them and it had Sonic CD music. I was like, man, the CD soundtrack is so good. Like it's a soundtrack that people sleep on, and a lot of people don't like Sonic CD because they just never really played it. But
Why?
I thought
Oh,
they just never played it. I thought it was pretty cool with both the future
Yeah.
and past mechanic. Like I think that's pretty neat, where the level
thought,
changes based on if you're in the future or in the past, which I
I
thought
thought
was
a good
pretty
amount
dope.
of people play Sonic CD. That's my thought. I don't know.
No, I
I-
thought
I-
a lot
I
of
guess
people
the-
did it.
I
Yeah,
guess I was the minority. I don't know.
yeah, not a lot of people have. You know, Sonic 2 and 3 are usually the ones that people flock to, but not
Yeah, because
CD.
I think
It's nostalgia.
that's where like
Yeah.
Amy Rose and Metal
Mhm.
Sonic at first got introduced.
And Metal
So-
Sonic, yeah. I mean, people know Metal Sonic and like Amy being introduced, but I don't think they knew that that's the game, right? It's like kind of like people knowing Goku. Goku was
Yeah.
introduced in Dragon Ball, but a lot of people
Yeah.
have not watched Dragon Ball. They've watched Z, but not Dragon Ball. You know?
To be honestly fair, Dragon Ball Z was more pushed by the media in the United States compared to OG Dragon Ball, so that was bound to happen anyway.
Yeah, definitely. But that latest Daima episode, my boy Vegeta.
Oh, hey man, hey, it's
yeah,
Woo!
that was so cool. That was so cool.
But
All
you
right.
know, you know what's funny? People were still hating on a diamond for no freaking reason. I hate that.
First, people
Jesus
hate
Christ.
to hate. You know
Yeah.
you know today's world. Everybody hates to hate.
Yeah,
They have to
pretty
hate
much.
on something. Brian, do you have any retro game that you've been playing a lot this year? I know you've been on like Super Mario All Stars a lot. I've seen you on like the SNES
Yeah,
or Switch Online. I mean, or Switch.
Yeah, I beat Super Mario 64 a lot. I go through it and do all 120 stars quite often. It's kind of like I don't know. There's something I love how pure.
Therapeutic.
Yeah, it's something I can do really quickly, and I like seeing how fast I can do it. And
It's just
yeah,
fun.
that's probably mine. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I love how Mario moves in that game. Like there hasn't been another Mario game where he moves like that, because I would say Sunshine, like it's kind of like 64, but there's some differences. Like you can't do the long
agree
jump
with
in
you.
Sunshine, I don't think.
No, you can't.
Have you seen the fan-made remaster of Super Mario 64 with
No,
ray
I haven't.
tracing in 4K?
No,
It actually
is
looks
it the
really
whole
good.
game?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty much. It's almost the whole game.
Oh, I'd love to see that. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, the reason why that's possible because the N64 stuff from Mario 64 has been decompiled. So with that, they pretty much got the reverse engineer source code of it, and they're able to do whatever I want with the game.
Interesting.
So they're able to add so many things, like putting Kid Goku into Super Mario 64, add ray tracing to it, add ultra wide support, so on and so forth. It's pretty much like literally like a PC port almost. Not almost, it is. So but
Mhm.
it's for different experiences, so it is.
I'll have to
it
check
is
that
what it
out.
is. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So we're gonna move on to our last topic, and the main topic that we were gonna talk about, and that is going through the list of the top 20 best-selling video games from the year 2000 to the year 2023. I am sharing my screen with you guys, and give me a minute to update my source here so you guys can see it too. Where is it at? Here we go. Make sure I have it on stream here. There we go. Why does it always do this? It always changes for some reason.
Man, that's so crazy that number one is either a Pokemon, Madden, or Grand Theft Auto game.
Yeah,
I hate
it's
it.
Top
kind
three
of
games. top 3 games in every year is either a first-person shooter or a sports game.
Call of Duty is one of those.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying.
Um,
Like every single year in the top 3 or within at least the top 5, it's either a sports game or a first-person shooter.
Before we get to the main topic, I just want to show you this painting here.
Oh, who made that?
Oh, nice.
My little sister.
Oh, that's pretty
nice.
impressive, actually. That's
Oh,
cool. Did you go see Sonic 3 yet, Ash?
Oh yes.
I haven't
Yeah, did you
seen
like
that
it?
yet.
I love it as a Sonic fan.
Yeah, I need to go see it. Maybe I'll go tomorrow.
The thing is, I can understand why I can't bring a person that hasn't seen Sonic to a Sonic movie, because I feel like the movies were tailored literally to Sonic fans and to kids. That's
Yeah.
it. I can't get my dad to watch it with me. I can't get my mother. Like, I have to get like a nerd that's like kind of into Sonic to watch
To see
Sonic
all
movie
the
with me.
different things that they add.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Did
yeah.
everybody cheer when the one character died at your showing?
Thank God, no. I was worried about that. I was worried about that because I thought it was going to cause some controversies.
I didn't
You
hear
know,
there was
because
a critique about the movie.
because like I said before, or I never said this before actually. I told to my sisters is that we know for a fact the audience is going to be Sonic fans, and then kids that want to go to see Sonic, and guess who's going to be accompanying their kids? Their parents. So imagining that scene comes up, everyone starts cheering, and the parents are like, "What the hell?" you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And they start making TikToks and Facebook posts and everything,
Not
trying to
great.
cancel the movie. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
let's hope to God that Sonic fans are not the downfall of the freaking movie trilogy. Please no.
How about the downfall of humanity?
Probably.
Just kidding.
But yeah, freaking love the movie. 9 out of 10. Did you see the closing credits? Have you seen the movie?
Well, I haven't watched.
No,
the
I
movie
haven't seen it yet.
I haven't watched.
I'll
All
the
have to
right,
stick
movie.
then
around for those closing credits.
I'll wait for y'all then. And then we'll talk about it.
The only thing I know is that I've already heard at the beginning of the movie, they didn't do the Sega sound. Because I heard that was a critique. Because they did that in the first 2 movies, but I heard on the third movie, when it had the Sonic logo, it didn't go Sega.
Really?
Yeah.
They should have had the Dreamcast sound instead, like the boot up sound.
Yeah, I mean, technically that's when Shadow showed up.
Exactly. That would have been cooler, I thought. But yeah. All right, let's go down this list. Starting with the year 2000, we had Pokemon Gold and Silver.
Okay.
Which, yeah, I remember buying Silver or getting Silver for Christmas, and I loved that game. Like, I played that game nonstop. Pokemon Stadium. Never owned it. Rented it through Blockbuster, but never owned it. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Never owned it. Rented it, but never owned it. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. Same thing. Never owned it, but I rented it. Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. I did own that one. Madden NFL 2001. I think I owned that. I
owned it for PS2, I think.
Yeah, I don't remember if that's the one I owned. I don't remember.
I never owned a sports game.
Never.
sorry.
Oh, I used to have.
Never. Yeah.
I had
Never really
arcade sports games. Those were way better.
Like
they were
NFL Blitz.
arcade. Yes.
Yeah.
Or
Blitz
NBA
is
Street.
fine, or
Yeah.
Street.
Those
But
games
I
were
never owned like Madden. I never owned NBA, like MLB. Like I owned FIFA every once in a while, but nothing like one of those in the top 10 or whatever. Sports games.
Number 7, we have The Sims. Number 8, Diablo 2. Number 9, Pokemon Yellow. Number 10, Perfect Dark. Number 11, Mario Party 2. 12, WWE No Mercy. 13, WWE SmackDown. 14, Gran Turismo 2. 15, 007, The World Is Not Enough. I did own that game. 16, Donkey Kong 64. 17, WWE SmackDown 2. 18, Roller Coaster Tycoon. 19, Final Fantasy 9. And 20, NFL 2K1.
Are we going through all these for all the years? That's be a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot,
I
dude.
might like breeze through just some of them, but it's kind of like it is a lot, which was why I had
That's
it as
like-
our
This
main.
is like 23 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Top 20 games.
I think if anything, we should maybe like pick like, I don't know, 1 or 2 from every decade and kind of get into
Yeah.
depth about it or something.
Kind of go. I got
Well, I mean, just like I've skimmed through it, and like I was saying earlier, like within the top 3 games of every single year, it's either a first-person shooter or a sports game.
Yeah.
Well, towards the end, yeah. If you look at, you start getting towards like 20.
Yeah, I bet that's
what
not so much like
Xbox
it is now, is it?
360. Yeah,
No,
like
no, it is.
Like Call of Duty, Call of Duty.
Yeah,
so
Call of
like
Duty, like
2006, you have
Madden,
Madden,
NBA.
Guitar Hero, right?
Yeah,
2007,
that's
Rock
when
Band.
those were the rage.
2008, and then it's like 2009, it's Call of Duty. 2010, Call of Duty. 2011, Call of Duty. 2012, Call of Duty.
Grand
2013,
Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto 5.
But then
2014,
Call of Duty Ghosts is like number 2.
15,
You know,
Call of
so, like,
Duty.
yeah.
16, Call of Duty. 17, Call of Duty. 18, Red Dead Redemption 2. 19,
Lord.
Call of Duty. 2020, Call of Duty. 2021, Call of Duty. 2022, Call of Duty. 2023,
Yeah, not a lot to
Hogwarts
chew on
Legacy.
there.
It's like, and that's what I was saying. Like, if you start looking through the cycle, like towards the end, like towards 2000 and I would say maybe 9 forward, like the shift changes in terms of games. Like, I feel like it's kind of mixed to an extent if you look through the rest of the years, right? Like 2001, yeah, you have a Madden, it's number 1, right? 2002, and then GTA 3, which I believe GTA 3 came out that year as well, which surprisingly is not number 1. And then of course you got like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 and 3. Crazy, like Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I'm surprised that's on there, especially over Metal Gear Solid 2. Like GTA.
Well,
or
that's right
GTA
around
3.
the movie came out.
Is it around 2001?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
because the books came out like late 90s, early 2000, like 98, 99. So the books are already out for a while. So like I'm not surprised that game is high up on there because that's like on the hype of when
yeah.
that like entered into like multimedia,
Yeah, and I
out
think
of the
like
book space into film and games.
what's interesting too is we know that Pokemon sells a lot, but outside of the year 2000, they're not really in the top. What?
How did
They're
the top
I get
5?
yeah, not in the top 5. Like top 10,
Maybe
you
top
see
10.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
like
not
Pokemon
top
Leaf,
5.
Fire Red, Leaf Green, number 6, and then like yeah, you go through the rest of the years, you don't see them in the top 5. Yeah, New Super Mario Brothers in 2010, which that's interesting. Oh no, it was in 2009 too was number 3. But yeah,
No,
you
you
don't
see
see
it
a
in
Pokemon
2020.
game.
You see it in 2021. Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, number 5.
Really? 2021?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, number 5. And that's not including digital sales because I think
Yeah.
all the Nintendo digital stuff was not counted. So it probably would have been number 1 if Nintendo counted digital sales there. That's why they have the asterisk. Because the same
Yeah,
thing with
probably.
like Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury. Like Super Mario, all the Nintendo games you'll see they have that little asterisk there. Yeah, like Super Smash Bros. 2 is nowhere near in the top. Oh, it was number 4 in 2018, which is when it came out. Well, no, it came out in 2017, December 2017, right? No, yeah, I think it came out in 2017. I'm almost positive it did. Yeah, Sword and Shield, yeah, was number 4 as well in 2019. Yeah, it's a weird trend of gaming, and in my opinion, a sad trend when you have Call of Duty, Skyrim, Madden, Battlefield, Call of Duty again, Just Dance, Gears of War, right? Those are the top 7 games. And then you get Batman Arkham City, and then you get Pokemon Black and White and Assassin's Creed Revelation. Like then that's the year 2011. I don't know. What do you guys think about these trends? Like, are you able to skim through? I know I'm sharing my screen through there and kind of moving up and down, but what do you guys think about these sales trends here?
It's weird, mainly because like you'd think with first-person shooters they would have other games with the. Well, I mean, I guess Call of Duty is used a lot for esports
Yeah.
also, but you think other esport titles would be on here too.
Yeah, that's true.
But so isn't it? But a lot.
But,
I guess
maybe 'cause they're
I
free
guess
to
a lot of
play.
esport titles are also free to play. So I guess
Yeah.
that's kind of like hit and miss there. Because if you buy it, you get like I guess the season pass. When you buy the physical or whatever
Yeah.
or it's a digital, but then you get a season pass, even though it's a free to play game. But
Yeah, like
that's
League of Legends is
that's
free to
weird.
play, Valorant
Yeah,
being free to play, Overwatch is
yeah,
now free to
Overwatch.
play.
Yeah,
Which when did Overwatch come out? Does anybody remember?
Wasn't it 16?
Yeah, something like
16?
that.
So I
Oh,
wonder
look.
if
yeah,
it's, oh yeah,
it's on
number
there. It's
8.
number
Yeah.
8.
Oh, it was 16.
Yeah, so it was on there.
Yeah,
Battlefront.
that's like the only one. Yeah.
I was looking at the older years and Battlefront 2. Like Resident Evil 4 also not being in the top 10 is crazy.
How
But yes,
about Dead Space not placing in 2023, right? Or did it place?
in 2023 or year 2020? Was it last year? Yeah.
Yeah, it was
No?
2023. Yeah,
Oh
it didn't
yeah.
place. I won't be surprised. I'm not surprised though.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
But when you
that's
look at it,
awful.
like Final
Yeah.
Fantasy 16's there at number 19. But yeah, Dead Space not being there, and that came out in January. That is
Yep.
pretty bad.
That's why they didn't greenlight a sequel or remakes of 2 and 3 is because it sold so bad. It's like
Yeah.
all these people that, and I purchased Dead Space on PlayStation 5 and I finished it and it's a wonderful game. But all these people that complain, but all the what do you call it? What do you call it? Where you sign things to make something happen?
Petitions?
Petition. Yeah,
Yeah.
petition. All the petitions. Oh, bring back Dead Space. We love Dead
They
Space.
never showed up.
Bring it back. And then they didn't show up. It's the same thing with people that were all about like, oh, we want the Vita. We want the Vita. You didn't want the Vita back in 2010 or 11 or whatever year it came out. You weren't there for it. And so the fact that it didn't even make the top, was this 20 or 25?
20.
Top 20.
20. The fact that it didn't make the top 20 in 2023, it's sad. It's just really
I
sad.
mean, the original didn't even make the top 20.
Yeah, it's something. And I bet that game was really expensive to make too, so that's really too bad.
It was.
When did the original come out? Does anyone remember?
It came out like in 2009 or 2008 on the Xbox and the PS3.
Yeah, it was 2008.
Yeah,
I remember very vividly getting it at my first apartment and playing it.
Yeah, it's not in the top 20. What about the following year?
2008.
Yeah.
Nope.
Not even. When did Dead Space 2 come out?
2010.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dead
it's not
Space
on
isn't
there
on
either.
this list at all. Like, there is no Dead Space game on this list.
Yeah. Final Fantasy 13's on there.
Awesome. Or I take it back to it's Dead Space 2 came out in 2011. I want to correct myself.
2011. Okay.
Dead Man, it's not on there. You can just do F space.
I can say whatever I want.
You can do Control F and just type in dead, and no Dead Space comes up at all.
I just like to be accurate, fan.
Yeah. And Dead Space 2 was, supposedly the better one of the two.
Yeah.
I never finished 2. I finished 1. I never finished 2.
She was great.
Yeah, look, Halo 4 is on that list in 2012.
I liked Halo 4.
Yeah, I thought it wasn't that bad.
Isn't it surprising? A majority of the games on this top 20 are Nintendo IPs. A good chunk.
Yeah, you always have at least one Nintendo IP, I think, every year. Especially 2000 was like...
Dude, there's Nintendogs on 2025.
You mean 2005?
Or 2005. Yeah,
Okay.
Nintendogs is in the top 20 in 2005.
Is this worldwide or is this America?
Just America.
Okay.
Yeah, you have Nintendogs, Pokemon Emerald.
That's crazy that Nintendogs is on there.
Yeah. Surprise.
Well, remember, everybody and their mom had a Nintendo DS, and that was
True.
like a killer game, but you know.
Wasn't that a pack-in game too, or no? Because I think
they might have made a system that came with it, maybe.
I wonder if they count in pack-in games, because like Wii Sports, for example.
They didn't count. I don't think they counted Wii Sports.
No, yeah, because Wii Sports is not in here, so maybe they don't.
Yeah.
Look, Nintendogs. All right, you said 2005.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Nintendogs.
Nintendogs came out in 2004, I think. Didn't it come out? Wasn't it a launch game for Nintendo DS? I thought it was.
Yeah, I think so. So Nintendogs was in 2005, 2006, 2007. It
was still there, still rocking.
Yeah.
People were still playing with the dogs.
For 3 years.
Well, that's sales. That means like more people were buying the games.
Yeah.
Each year.
But you want to see something even more interesting? Check this out. 2017, you got Mario Kart 8. 2018, Mario Kart 8. 2019,
it's gonna always be there.
Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
2020, Mario Kart 8. Like Mario Kart 8 is since the deluxe version came out. It's been there every single year, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's always
Super Smash Bros.
2022.
Ultimate also, I think. The Ultimate. No, Ultimate was not there every year.
Yeah, but it looks like Mario Kart is up there for
Every
multiple years.
Yeah. Oh, except for 2023.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah,
I mean,
you're
that's
right.
the one game. Like, if someone buys a Switch, they're like, "What do I get this? I'm buying a
That's
Switch for
true.
my son. What game should I get him? Oh, just get him Mario Kart."
Or is one of the easy recommendations there. Look, Luigi's Mansion 3 sold pretty good.
Yeah.
Even Super Mario 3D All Stars. Look at that. Is number 12
3D
in
All Stars,
2020.
my favorite Mario game. I love 3D All Stars. I feel like it doesn't get the love it deserves. I thought it was very.
Dude,
I,
I
like I'm
grabbed that
torn
as soon
between
as
that
they
and
announced
3D
that.
Land. Ash, if you're talking to us, I think you're on mute. Maybe he's talking on the phone to somebody else.
Okay.
Yeah, I think like it's a weird trend, but yeah, when you look at the lower end, it's a lot more positive looking because you get all the games that like we like. But like the top selling games, and let's say if I'm a business guy, I'm looking at the top 10 games, it's literally a sports game, a shooter. I guess that's really it for the most part.
Or an action RPG of some sort.
Yeah.
I mean, Call of Duty games are quality. Like, I enjoy Call of Duty games.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with those.
Yeah, I agree. I do, but like
It's just crazy how it's dominating in the
yeah,
top 3 most sold games of every single year.
every
Yeah.
year, yeah.
There's a COD game in the top 3.
Hogwarts Legacy beating Modern Warfare 3 also super interesting there. Because if you look at that, Call of Duty was number one for how many years? We got, see, 2022, 2018, I guess. Red Dead Redemption 2. And then you have 2017. So that was 4 years there. And then Grand Theft Auto 5, another Rockstar game, right? So another, 4 years again? And then
Basically from 2009
yeah,
all the way to 2023, there's a COD game in the top 2.
yeah. 2008, Rock Band and Guitar Hero World Tour. And then we fit the top 3. And then Guitar Hero 3. That is a crazy year for games. Because then you got Madden NFL 09, and you got We Play. And then Call of Duty again. Like Call of Duty World at War was all the way there, which I liked World at War. And then you got GTA 4, and then Mario Kart Wii, then Super Smash Bros. Brawl, Rock Band 2, Modern Warfare, Gears of War. Interesting year when it comes to all these.
I don't even remember what I was doing back in 2008. Such a long time ago.
It was. Yeah, I want to say like I don't think I had any of these games in 2008 because I
I had Rock Band.
I did too.
I think I got Rock Band till
And I did have Guitar Hero Legends of Rock. Cause
maybe I did have it in 2008.
yeah.
Because I first got the demo Rock Band, and because my grandpa have found the drum kit and the guitar and everything at a garage sale, and he bought it for me. Yeah, and then yeah, because he knew that in church I was playing the drums and the bass, and he thought that it would be cool if I played with that. I was like, oh, cool. So I went and grabbed it, and then I downloaded the demo to Rock Band, and then started playing on there, and then eventually I got Rock Band. Yeah,
Can we just reflect
fun.
for a moment?
Yeah,
Rock Band was number 1 in 2008, right? The number 1 bestseller, right?
yep.
Okay. Just imagine all of the plastic instruments that are in landfills right now. Like, there was millions upon millions of this thing sold of those Rock Band kits. You think everybody still has them from 2008? It's like, no, they got thrown out a long time ago, man,
Yeah.
and they're just rotting. It's
Well,
just
'cause
kind of
they
crazy to
broke
think
down
about.
with how like hard people were banging on them.
Right.
Yeah, I think mine's broke, and that's why I threw out mine's. That, and of course, like eventually I just stopped playing it, and it took out space.
It's coming back,
with
'Cause
Fortnite.
Yeah, the
Fortnite has
guitar in
the-
Fortnite.
Yeah. Like Cracked has the little thing you could connect to the phone, or they did the guitar now too. Yeah,
So
it's
there's a modded version of Guitar Hero that you can play on PC now. You can just hook up a USB guitar controller, and it's kind of like Guitar Hero, but it's like everything's modded. People can upload their own music, like do all the difficulties themselves, which is kind of cool.
I think what I really liked Rock Band for was, again, me being a drummer, was just playing the drum part because that was more fun than playing like guitar, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
it's all the
Because like,
social aspects.
That's it's difficult. It was difficult for me when I play guitar or playing guitar. Drums though, it was definitely easier. It reminded me of taiko drums. Have you guys played taiko drums
Yeah, I
before?
played
Tiger
that
Drum
for.
was fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So
played the Apple Arcade once. It's not the real experience, but still fun.
yeah.
It has a lot of anime openings, which I like.
Yep.
If you
Yeah.
want, you can actually get the actual physical taiko drum for the Nintendo Switch or something like that.
hmm I
Yeah.
did see that, but does the Nintendo Switch version have the Evangelion
Probably
opening?
not. Probably not.
Right?
I'm
Does
just
it
gonna
have
say right now.
Does it have
Probably not.
Chala? Does it
Called Cruel
have
Angel's Thesis. James.
yes? I just know it as the opening, but yes. Does it have Chala? Does it have the Digimon opening, which I forgot that name of
I
that.
think a song from Your Name is also in there too.
It
I
is.
was
You're
into
right.
that.
Yeah. They also have Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer. They have a lot of anime openings in there, and Disney openings. Surprisingly. Oh, fun fact. A little off topic, but like my kids saw Toy Story 1 for the first time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And yeah, they enjoyed it. They freaked out when they're in Sid's room and the toys, like the broken up toys start coming out. Yeah. They freaked out over that. That was
All
Yeah,
fun.
Sid was
wow.
just an entrepreneur. He's just trying to create new toys. Why are they
Yeah.
hating on him?
Mhm,
You know,
yeah.
what the
I
heck?
mean, outside of blowing up toys, right? Strapping
He's a
rockets.
creative lad. He's a creative lad.
I don't know. I think putting a magnifying glass through the sun to burn Woody is not.
He was just trying to look at the detail on the doll's head. That's all. And the sun just happened to be there.
What can I
Right,
say? Like
was trying to
Toy
look
Story
the silver
1.
lining.
Toy Story 1 is just really, really good. Like rewatching
The human characters look a little rough though in
They do.
2024.
I do not
Like,
care. Comedy.
I know.
was
I'm just saying. I'm
It
just
was
saying.
peak, man. It was so great.
It was. The toys look great still.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But
Yeah.
the humans look a little creepy. But yeah.
It's surprising going back to Toy Story 2, because we watched Toy Story 2 right after that. Graphically speaking, it's a huge upgrade.
Yeah, it
I don't-
upgraded big time.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. 1,000,000%.
Like the animation
I-
quality and everything, just like it's like pretty. It's like PS2 to PS3 maybe.
I
Just
was
imagine if the studios decided, like, hey, what if we go back and just redo these movies
Yeah.
with current
Toy,
technology?
Toy
Dude.
Story
They-
remastered.
They have all the audio files.
They got
right?
RTX on Toy Story
Yeah.
4. I'm telling
Yeah.
you right now. I'm
Yeah.
like,
A
Jesus
Toy Story
Christ.
story.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
I like that sequence in Toy Story 2 where the old man is refurbishing Woody, and it's like very like OCD and cool. I like that.
It's so ASMR, and I like it
Yeah,
for some odd
yeah.
reason. Yeah.
very much so.
You know what movie I wanted to watch next, and I don't know, like I'm thinking about it because I haven't watched it in such a long time. But I wonder if my like 5-year-old is okay for him to watch. Is what's it called? Small Soldiers, right? Is that
Oh,
Soldiers?
Small
Toy Soldiers.
No,
Toy
Toy
Soldiers.
Soldiers
Toy Soldiers. Yeah,
with
Yeah.
Tommy Lee Jones and Kirsten Dunst, and yeah,
yeah. That I was wondering, is it okay for them? Like, are they gonna freak out with that? Because like, in my head, I'm like, oh, I remember watching this when I was young.
it didn't freak me out.
Yeah.
No, it is Small Soldiers. Toy Soldiers.
Oh, it is Small Soldiers?
Yeah.
See, I
Toy
thought.
Oh, my bad.
Soldiers. See,
Is
I
a
was
different
right.
movie. It is Small
Oh,
Soldiers.
my bad.
Yeah. Yeah, Small
They
Soldiers.
were Toy Soldiers, but the movie
Yeah.
was called Small Soldiers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was pretty good too. Sorry to be off topic there.
Wait for them to be like 10 years old.
I mean, if
Yeah.
with video games, has everyone finished the secret level?
No, I don't really have
Oh,
interest in
I
it.
haven't finished it. You don't have interest. You should watch it. I think you would like it
Is-
actually. The Mega Man
it
one,
is-
the Mega
Mega
Man
Man-
one is
Can
I
be
heard
its
it's
own
like 4
show.
minutes.
exactly it
It's
is
small snippets. Like the longest
Yeah.
one is 19 minutes.
the
All
Mega
the
Man
other
one.
episodes are like 10 to 15 minutes. They're really small.
The
Easy
Mega
to
Man one
digest.
is very. It's disappointing because it's so good.
So short.
and
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah,
short.
it's
I'm
so
like,
short and so
dude,
short.
that was so amazing. Like, you're right. It could be its own show, its own movie.
I'm
Like,
sure.
if I was Capcom, I would say, hey, make this into a movie.
Greenlight this.
I will watch it. My kids will watch it. Other kids will watch it. It would be a true Sonic competitor in the movie theaters, in my opinion.
What if they're just testing the waters to see what sticks?
I mean,
But they already greenlit a season 2.
they did.
Yeah.
They need a Mega Man X one, more gritty.
Because if this is a way for them to pretty much see what series will do well as a TV show, then I think it makes sense for them to put that in secret level to see what the reaction will be.
Yeah,
Dude,
you
like-
should watch it because one of the episodes has Armor Core, and it's got
Armor Core
Keanu
is really
Reeves.
good. Yeah,
Keanu Reeves is the main character.
yeah, that one's good. I think you would like it, Brian. Like I was
I
surprised.
heard the
didn't think-
PlayStation one's awful.
Oh, the one at the end. Yeah, it's kind of like
That's just
That's like the one bad one. Oh, it's
that's just like a compliment, like
Yeah, it
compilation.
shows like Shadow
Yeah, compilation.
Colossus, Helldivers. It's all right. Like it's
Yeah, maybe I'll check it out.
fine. The
I
Pac-Man
think you would
one was
like
like
it.
very interesting. Pac-Man one.
Isn't
Yeah,
that based on that game we saw, the Dark
yeah, the Shadow
whatever?
Labyrinth or whatever.
Yeah.
It is. I'll tell you, you'll like the Dungeons and Dragons one. So you like the first one. I like the second one, the Secret Worlds one with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, that's from New World.
He's in there.
Yeah.
That's
New
crazy.
World?
Yeah,
Yeah.
New World. It's based on New World.
Oh,
yeah.
New World, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's
The
funny.
Seafood one was good too.
The Seafood one was really good.
Yeah, I really love the Seafood one. Of course, the Mega Man one was good. The Armored Core one was good. The Warhammer one, I did not think I was gonna like the Warhammer one, and I was telling my wife we're gonna skip this, and she's like, "No, let's watch it. Let's watch all of it."
It's
I was like,
good
"All
too.
right," and I watched the Warhammer one. The Warhammer one was really really good. What other one was there?
The Outer Worlds. That one was like a very like
I haven't watched that one yet.
long. It was a good story.
Yeah,
It seemed longer than it actually is.
yeah.
They also did.
Oh, the Unreal
I was
Tournament one was
surprised they had.
good too.
Yeah, the Unreal Tournament one was good too. But
Oh,
the
I
one that I was
love Unreal
surprised was
Tournament.
Concord. Like Concord being in there, I'm like,
Yeah.
what? Like
Oh,
I'm assuming
wait,
this
who?
got greenlit.
Yeah, Concord.
Like the show
was-
got greenlit before Concord
No.
got canceled.
No. Oh, damn, I died. Oh, no. Okay. No, fan. When you said Concord, I thought you said Conquer. Fast forward. I'm like,
Conquer.
that's in there? I'm like,
That'd be awesome.
that would have been enough for me to watch and watch Secret Levels then. Like, damn.
Microsoft doesn't like video games.
Because
but,
everything is an Xbox,
Yeah,
apparently.
there's more pros than cons on the episodes.
I will say
There's a
I
lot-
do
enjoyed a
feel
lot.
bait and switch because I thought there was gonna be a God of War specific episode, and it's
Nah.
just Kratos showing up in the PlayStation one. I was like, oh man,
Yeah, they might get their own thing in season 2. You never know.
they should. That would be cool. Like God of War like animated series. I would watch that. That's pretty cool stuff.
I'd actually more enjoy it like Uncharted, or because Amazon's already doing a Lara Croft. Like it'd be easy for them to do an Uncharted.
Yeah, true. All right, I think that's it that we have for the podcast today. Anything else anybody wants to mention?
Go watch Sonic 3 in theaters. It's great. I wish y'all could have watched it in IMAX because that was also even better too. It was great.
I bet.
But yeah,
I might go tomorrow, honestly. I have nothing to do.
Yeah, go watch Sonic 3 if you like Sonic. Because that's my honest opinion. You can't get a new person to get into Sonic. You just can't. You either like Sonic or you don't like Sonic. That's unfortunate.
Well, 1 and 2 are great. I enjoyed them. A good
Yeah.
deal.
I do think,
Especially the dog with the sunglasses.
I do think they got better over time too. Like one was good. I think 2 is better than 1, and then this is
3
probably better than both of them.
3 is definitely the best. So.
Yeah.
And I think
Shadow.
I think you guys will also love the ending credits too. It's
Okay. Yeah, my friend told me that the end
I
credits or
jumped up.
something.
yeah.
Oh, you
a
jumped
little
up.
bit. Oh, I did because
It was worth a jump.
yeah.
All right.
If I say anything else, it's gonna spoil it. So I'm just gonna.
Okay, no, don't say anything else.
Yeah.
I'll be surprised.
Yeah, I already spoiled myself, so I know. But yeah,
Oh, so James, yeah.
I know. You
Yeah,
know
it's
me.
great.
I don't care
love
about spoilers. I like.
I do.
I like spoilers. I love spoilers. When anything new comes out, I just look at the ending. I start at the ending and I watch the film backwards. That's what I do.
You should try that podcast. We should try doing that with the podcast somehow.
Yeah, start
with, well, thanks everybody. Good episode.
and
And then just go backwards.
That'd be
Oh,
hard.
that'd be painful. I feel. I don't know.
I would have. That would be like, honestly, if I can do that, I would definitely say to myself, I'm very talented because I don't think I can do that at all. Like that is difficult. I did have a poll on YouTube up, and I asked what was your favorite Nintendo franchise. On one of the streams, we had 2 votes. Both voted for Zelda. The choices were Mario, Zelda, Xenoblade Chronicles. I had to throw it in there, or Pokemon. and Zelda wasn't one of them. The other one, and that was 100% of the votes. The other one, we had 3 votes, and we had 2 that went for Zelda, and 1 went for Mario.
I was the one that went for Mario.
Yeah. What do you guys think about that? So you say Mario. What about Ashton fan? What's your favorite Nintendo franchise out of these 4? Mario, Zelda, Xenoblade Chronicles, or Pokemon?
Mario.
Zelda.
Yeah. It's a hard pick for me, but I think I'll lean towards Zelda. Cause Pokemon has a special place. There's a lot of nostalgia with Pokemon. Like you can't beat the nostalgia that Pokemon had in my. Because every Christmas was a new Pokemon game for me, and I kind of continued that with my kids. Every Christmas I got them a new Pokemon game, except for this year because there was no new Pokemon game that came out this year. But typically every year, like they had a new Pokemon game, and that was something kind of cool to continue. And then yeah, like I said, this year no new Pokemon game, so they didn't get anything new. Well, they got stuff, but they didn't get that new. But yeah, like it's just something about that, and then the soundtrack of Pokemon, especially like Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, has such a great, or Diamond and Pearl altogether. I think it has such a great soundtrack. It's just, I don't know, just something about that. But yeah, I guess that is everything that we have for today. I do want to thank everyone for watching. Like I mentioned earlier, we will be back with the group stream this week. And then I will have a normal stream this week as well, and then podcast. But I won't have a YouTube video this week. Next week, I will go back to my normal schedule with doing some videos. There's a lot of things on my mind in terms of what I want to do in terms of reviewing stuff on the channel. Lenovo with the new Legion Go is one of those I'm very interested in. I've been debating about the MSI Claw. I just think it's very pricey, and that's something I can't justify.
$900, man.
I know.
How much?
$900.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know. I can justify it. There's some positive notes. I've seen 2 reviews so far, from Linus and from ETA Prime, and so far they've been very positive, which is a good thing. Like a good win for Intel finally. But $900. I don't think I can justify that. Not with what I'm getting here. But the Lenovo Legion Go has more piqued my interest because I did like the design of being able to remove the controllers and stuff like that. If it wasn't for Bryant telling me that he had one and he didn't like the way it felt in his hands, and then of course I did open an open box one to test it out, I probably would have bought one, but yeah, it just didn't feel great. So hopefully they do better with this one. I'm curious to see how improved is the new Lenovo Legion Go, and also the version is supposed to be running SteamOS. That's also piqued my interest because I wonder if that will be better performance compared to the Steam Deck. So a lot of stuff to think about. In January, we have CES, so we will definitely have a lot of stuff to talk about. More than likely, new GPUs, maybe new CPUs, and probably a lot of new handhelds. And of course, in 2025, I think the one that all of us are waiting for, the Nintendo Switch successor, Nintendo Switch 2. The Nintendo Switch U, probably not the name of it, but you know,
that would never happen.
No, it looks like leaks are saying it is Switch 2. Like there was like official art that got leaked or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's apparently what it's going to be.
Switch 2. Yeah, I feel like this Nintendo plays it safe, and I can see Switch 2 being it. Though I think
the reason why they'll do 2 is just it makes it easier for everyday people to understand.
Yeah,
This is the next version of the Switch.
Yeah.
I think I think that happened with the Wii U and stuff. I didn't really believe that people thought this was actually an add-on for the Wii.
Yeah.
But it was true. So I think Nintendo learn a lesson from that. And they're like, yeah, this is Switch 2. This is the sequel. Get that. So makes sense.
Yeah. I do wonder, because I know that's what a lot of people say. I do wonder where the truth is in that, because I think back to like Xbox Series X and Xbox One X, right? There was people saying that people were getting confused with that, and I've never heard at least Xbox use that as a what's it called, an excuse to say they haven't been selling because people are confused between the Xbox One X and the Series X.
It's the fact that it's the fact that fans had a better concept of names compared to the actual corporations, because people were hoping for go from 360 to 720.
720,
right? Yeah. I'm like, come on, make it easy. I'm just saying.
PlayStation is the only one that made it easy. PlayStation.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or 1, 2, 3,
Smart move. Smart freaking move.
Except for the PSP, they went from PSP to PS Vita.
Vita
Vita meaning
didn't
life.
didn't understand the Vita portion. I mean,
that's just because Vita means life.
Means life.
oh,
It should have been
okay.
PlayStation Deaf or something like that at this point. Like,
they're basically just going on like, oh, this will be a part of your life, like, so you're getting the PSP Vita. Vita means life.
it was trying to fill in that smartphone gap that everybody was
Yeah.
into, and unfortunately couldn't. We were able to play some Android games on there, and it ran some Android on it. Yeah. One last thing before we end the podcast, I do want to share a dream I had. I had a dream.
Oh,
In this dream,
Breath of
Persona
Fire 4 came out as a remake.
what is it? Breath of
That's
Fire
a
4 came
Breath
out
of Fire 4
remake?
came out as a
No,
remake.
but there was a 4 that came out as a remake, and that was Persona 4. I had a dream that I was playing Persona 4 remake, and it looked
one
amazing.
day.
I was like, man,
Your lips.
we'll
Well,
see. I think this is
we
gonna come
know-
out this year
we know it's coming out.
or 2025.
I mean,
rather.
we don't know when, but we know for that that game's coming out. So
I think it's gonna be announced
it's-
at E3 2025.
yeah, I can see that.
Can you imagine that Persona 4 remake?
It's
I would lose my mind.
it makes sense because that's when they actually released the PC port for Persona 4 Golden. It was during the PC gaming
PC
show
games.
for
Yep.
Summer Game Fest or something like that. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
That'd be dope.
It would make sense.
But yeah, I hope so. Like I like Persona 4. It's very unique, and I think with updated graphics and everything, I think it would again shine like crazy. Again, color palettes and
some
everything.
Small updates to quality of life.
Yeah, the quality of life stuff would be nice too.
I hope they don't remove anything.
Keep it the golden version. Yeah, don't take out the golden stuff.
No, yeah, that too. But I hope that they don't censor anything for Persona 4 because I want them to keep everything intact. Leave the game how it was.
That's true.
Simple as that. So
That's true. I guess the only sad part would be, of course, they would use a new voice cast because like Troy Baker was Kanji. Kanji's his name, right? Was it Kanji? Yeah.
yes, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, he was Kanji, and they probably won't use him again because
It's
He's probably too expensive.
It's probably going to be Matthew Mercer again because in Golden, Troy Baker's voice was still in there, but for when it came to the new lines in Golden, Matthew Mercer did those lines.
oh really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought
So
was
it will
still him.
probably it'll probably be Matthew Mercer, but probably not. They're probably going to go with a whole entirely different cast at that point. Who knows?
Have you heard the difference in voice between Chie in the original Persona 4 and Persona 4 Golden? It is absolutely insane how
I did
different
not
they are.
know- I didn't know
Huge
there
difference,
was-
yeah.
there was different
Huge
voice actors.
difference.
Is all the voice actors different in 4 and 4 Golden? Or
I
is it just
think
GA?
so.
Yeah, they're all different. They're all different.
Yeah, but Chie sounds like a 37, 38-year-old woman, like just totally played it straight woman,
In
like
4?
mature in 4, yeah. And then
Yeah.
in Golden, she sounds like the teenager, like pixie
crazy. I
girl
might
that
have
we're
to-
all used to. Yeah, go YouTube it. It's really crazy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch it. I did not know that because I assumed it like Yuri Lothal did what's his name's voice?
Yosuke. He did.
Yosuke.
Yeah, you did. Yep.
And then you had what's his name doing Yu's voice?
Johnny Allen Bosch.
Yeah.
Yep.
Doing Yu's voice.
He also did Adachi too. I thought that was a unique.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah.
That was a really unique Easter egg on what Adachi is supposed to be, which I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's cool. I like that.
I didn't. Yeah, I kind of figured out like at the end of Persona 4 after reading it, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense why the voice caster did that.
But I wonder if they did the same thing for Japanese.
Yeah, I was wondering that because was that an English voice casting or did the Japanese like, no, we made it this way on purpose, so you should do it this way? 'Cause sometimes
I
they
need to research
stray,
on that.
kind of like
Yeah.
like in not to mention Dragon Ball again, but like Dragon Ball Super, the filler arc with like the purple Vegeta, they use the Ocean Dub Vegeta.
Ooh,
for
Ryan
that.
Drummond, I think that's his name. Yes, I love that. Oh
that was
my god,
a great choice to do that as the bad Vegeta being the Ocean Dub Vegeta that a lot of people know from saying the over 9,000 line. That was kind of cool.
I know. Like a good amount of like pure-hearted Dragon Ball fans don't really like Super, but I can really praise Super for the English dub side of things, because there's like tons of like voice actors that you probably will never see come back, but they
Yeah.
did. So like a good example is Ryan Drummond, like you mentioned before, as copy Vegeta, and then later on when you go to the Goku Black Arc, you see Zamasu being voiced as one of the guys from Dragon Ball Evolution.
Yeah.
Mainly because, and he did it for free, by the way. He did it
Yeah.
for free because he wants to apologize to Akira Toriyama for the bad movie that they did. It's
Yeah.
crazy, crazy lore, man.
The Piccolo actor, yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. I'm
I
like,
didn't even know that. Like, I'm sure he got paid. I think he was willing to do it for free, but they probably paid him for all of that.
yeah, absolutely. Mhm.
But yeah, once again, thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube. Follow over on Twitch. Like I mentioned, I'll have a video up, not this week, but the following week, where I'll be reviewing the Embranet controller. And then, of course, I got the Retro Pocket 5 to do and a couple of other stuff. I'll have some comparison videos and a lot more coming in the future. Keep it locked on the podcast because I'm sure there's a lot of stuff to talk about with CES, and we'll probably get a lot more news, especially the closer that we get to that Q2, like, I guess, launch time, right? Because they said, after Q2. So, the closer we get to Switch launch, there will be a lot of stuff to talk about. And I'm excited. I'm excited for Switch 2. That's definitely, I think, the number one hype point for me in 2025 is Switch 2, Metroid Prime 4, right? Xenoblade Chronicles X. Yes, we're finally getting the definitive edition, and they're continuing the story. So excited for
Donkey
that.
Kong's coming out in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, Donkey Kong Country is coming out. What else do we have to look forward to in 2025? No Xbox games? No,
I'm surprised Donkey Kong's now coming out. That's crazy.
Yeah. I'm just excited to see what Nintendo brand new stuff they're gonna show. Are we gonna get like?
Yeah, we're gonna do a live stream for that. Come hell or high water.
Oh yeah, I hope it's
Their
not
reveal.
some shadow drop. Yeah, I hope it's not a shadow drop.
Yeah, that'd be
Please,
lame.
Nintendo, we need a request
I
time
am
for this.
I'm really hoping this is actually a shadow drop, actually, because
No, I want to be
No,
live for
if-
this.
if
I
you-
mean, if it's a
Shadow
day,
Ash.
what?
if
No,
I'm
shadow
off-
drops are the hardest drops that we ever witnessed, bro. That's why we let them cook, and they just slap us, bro. I'm just saying, I'm all right with the shadow drop. Even if we miss it, I'm all right with that, bro.
I want to
That's
be
all I
there
do.
live. I want to be hyped for
Likewise.
all of this. Yeah, To be fair though, I remember when the Switch shadow dropped the original like Switch trailer.
That initial
How
trailer,
hyped
yeah.
that was. Yeah, like I remember texting
Yeah.
people. I was like, "Yo, man, this is crazy that the Switch just got announced." Like, yeah, that was crazy. Oh man, I'm excited to see what Nintendo's been cooking. And one new 3D Mario game they've been cooking because I'm sure they're gonna launch with a new 3D Mario.
Absolutely.
They have to. Yeah.
Remake Sunshine with more stars.
Ooh,
Or
don't say
Shine.
that. Don't say that. Don't say that. That's my
I
favorite.
love
man.
Sunshine.
I love Sunshine too, but man,
I want Mario 64
Ooh.
in the Mario Odyssey like engine, like graphically, because when
Yeah,
you
that'd
get
be cool.
into Peach's Castle, like there, I'm like, come on, man, like you're teasing
No, it looks
us with
rough.
this.
They would probably
Yeah.
do the I'd like them to do the DS or 3DS version where you can play the
The
other
DS version,
characters.
yeah,
Yeah. Where you
Yeah,
can
oh
the
play
DS
yeah,
version.
yeah, I know what you're
Mario.
talking about. Yeah.
yeah,
Like that would be more fun to do. Like do that in the Odyssey engine where you can
Yeah.
pick your characters to play
the
as.
characters.
That'd be really smart. I mean,
Yeah.
because they can implement co-op, intimate multiplayer. Like it'd be nuts. Like
Yeah, I'm excited for this year. It's gonna be a lot of fun for sure. Ash, where can I catch you at?
they can catch me at Ash Destroying on YouTube. I might be releasing a video on New Year's Day about the Nintendo Switch. I have a really clever title I want to use for this video, so it's gonna be fun. But yeah,
What about you, fan?
You can catch me at Blue Sky or X at Phaneckswhy, YouTube and Twitch at the same, and here on Sundays and Thursdays.
What about you, Bryant?
I am at Red So Deep on Blue Sky, and I'm hoping that Ash's new video is a Shadow the Hedgehog #1 fan club video.
And as always,
good.
you can catch me right here where I'm with this crew every Sunday where we do the podcast. Thursday we have the group stream. Friday my solo stream, and then my goal, my New Year's resolution for 2025 is to hopefully have a video every week. Of course, unless something bad happens, then that's a different story. But let's hope for nothing bad to happen. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Ash. Thank you, fan. Thank you, Brian. And we will see you guys next time.